Hello everyone and welcome to the 8th video or episode of Architectural Books Flip Through. In this video we're going to talk about a book called Manual of Section. Now I've seen, I think 2 years ago, I'm not sure, but like a few years ago, I've seen a bunch of sections in, it's either Dezeen, the website, or Arc Daily, but like someone mentioned something about this book and I was obsessed because my favorite technical drawing in architecture is the section basically. So the section is a vertical cut in a building. So if you don't know what a section is, like if you have a building and you get like a giant knife and then you cut it vertically so you can see the insides of a building, that's what we call a section. And usually the most beautiful drawings that are like that explains the way the building is from the inside is a section, and it's actually one of my favorite drawings. So when I had the software copy of Manual of Section, I was like, this is perfect, I love it, I'm sure. And so in this video we're just gonna do a flip through the Manual of Section and see like a few, sections, I guess, of some buildings. What is interesting about the book is that it has made how do I say that? It's separated types of, it made like its own, I don't know if it's own, but like I've never heard of a section called extrusion or stack or shape or shear or incline. I don't know, but like they made a lot of they combined a few sectional drawings and called it in a certain type. So there's a type of section that an extrusion, there's a type of section that it's a stack. Now I'm not sure if they mean the section itself or the way the building is designed, but this is how you can but this is how it divided the sectional drawings in the book. So we'll just see how it is inside the book. So at the beginning it just explains what a section is and how this is really just beautiful in architecture. I think it's amazing. I love sections. I love sectional drawings. I feel like they're perfect. Now, there's like a tiny information. The floor plan is a horizontal section basically. So like if you have a building and then you get a knife, a giant knife, and then you cut it horizontally through the entire building, that what you're looking at from top view, that's basically a floor plan. So a floor plan is a horizontal section, just like an FYI out there. Let me see. Section. Now this is all like nice because there's like a bunch of essays about what sections are and how they were used and how around the history of sections, I guess. And then the fun starts. So it just explains like every type of section that they made, like what did they mean by it. So like extrusion, the extrusion of a plan up to a height sufficient for the intended activity is the most basic form of a section, blah blah blah. I don't know, extruded section. Okay, so some sections that are included in this book is we have the glass house that's in New Canaan, Connecticut, USA, I guess. But like, look how the section is beautiful because you can see these floor to ceiling windows and this glass pane basically, and how the roof is connected, and what else? Okay, never mind. Next we have the Palace of Labor, and I really love how detailed they are, and I really loved how they're I think they got like, they drew it again to fit the aesthetics of the book. So it's obvious. I think they used Revit for this, and I really love how the sections all over the book have the same aesthetic quality. So this is a stack, and I'm assuming stack as in a bunch of, what is stack anyway? Let me check. Stacking increases the real estate value of a property by expanding the square footage and programmatic capacity of a building without increasing its footprint. Largely extruded section. Okay. We have the Downtown Athletic Club in New York. I love how this is just like vertical, so you have to, rotate the book to actually enjoy the section. We have the Crown Hall in Chicago. Salk Institute for Biological Studies. What else? Sao Paulo Museum of Art. This section is just insane. I love it. I love how it looks really light. Kunsthaus Bregenz in Austria. Kunst is art, so I'm assuming it's an art house, maybe a theater. What else? Is it a theater? No. Let's see. Kunsthaus. Art house? Okay, never mind. Expo 2000. Shape. Cabin. Wow. So yeah, if you're feeling a bit uninspired, I guess, there's a lot of beautiful sections in here. This is architecture. Like, in my opinion, this is exactly what architecture is. This is beautiful sections through the building that shows everything. It shows the vertical circulation, the opening, the structure, the design, like the light, how it goes in and out, and the scale of the people, and all these foundations, and it's insane. This one's really beautiful. It's the Bagsvärd Church. Sorry if I read that completely badly, but look at how the roof is. This is just amazing. What else? Let's see. Oops. Back. The drawings are really heavy, and I'm assuming they're in like PNG format or like Illustrator quality. So the book is really heavy, and it might take a while for it to load, especially if I skipped page too soon, I would say. Let me see. So we saw this. What's the next one? Cité de l'Océan et du Suf in France. This one's pretty famous. I've seen this section many times. Let me see. Sheer. I don't know. This is what we called back in the days, I guess, sectional perspective, which is basically a section, and then you have like a 1-point perspective through the building. It's one of the types of sections that I'm familiar with. This is, of course, the falling water. There's a lot of drawings for the falling water, but I've never seen a section like this. I think this is perfect. You can see how the water falls here, and how the building and the slabs are, through the terrain. This is perfect. What else? Netherlands Institute for Sound and Vision. I love how light the structure looks, although we know it's insanely not hovering, I'm sure, but like it's beautiful. Look how open this is, and yeah, that's why I love sections. I love how they make the building look almost perfect. What else? Mountain dwellings. This is really nice. In architecture, this is perfect because technically they all have a view And so maybe like an information for anyone. If you have a slope, let's say a mountain, this is the perfect design decision you can make. So let's just assume there's a mountain here like this. You don't cut the mountain like this, you know, make a huge hole in the mountain like I see all the time, and just insanely frustrating because you don't work with the site at all that way. You're supposed to work with it, not against it, or like completely remove it at that point. But if you have a slope, this is the most perfect design decision, is to have like slabs on top of each other, and they have like, you know, their own what is this, view? It's not view, but like, you know, more integrated into the site, I would say. Just another information of the day. So yeah, some sections are pretty simple, but still, I mean, they're perfect. The Granov Center for Creative Arts. Okay, hole. I'm assuming they mean this. And it's basically when you have like a big atrium in the building. So maybe that's what they mean. Maybe not. This is, oh my god, this is perfect. I mean, look at this. See how light the building looks? I mean, this whole thing is just open. And this is how the building is, or like the floors are stacked. This is really a very beautiful section. So you can learn a lot from sections. Like they can inspire a lot about how the building is on the inside and how you can have the most perfect environment inside your building. It's just, wow. Okay, I really like this building. Ford Foundation headquarters. Oh, this is really a nice building. Okay, next. Phillips Exeter Academy Library. Another vertical section. These are really heavy. Yeah, I was doubting if it was Revit. Now I am double sure it was made in Revit, but the effort is just too much. It's too good, I would say. Sendai Mediatique. Okay. So I really like the structural columns here. These are really nice. Love the vertical circulation here, the stairs. Interesting. I like it. So when you have a section, I would suggest, you know, staring at it for a really long time. I mean, look at this. This is beautiful. Look. I love how the light just goes here and then into the stage. I'm assuming it's the stage. And it's probably just natural light. Just too perfect. I mean, you should just stare at sections like for a really long time, and, you know, get a pen and paper and start sketching, and it can really be inspirational. Phillips Savoy, Le Corbusier, very, very famous building. What else? Oh, the Guggenheim. What else? Kunsthal. So now I'm just gonna flip through them, but I mean, if you get the chance to have the book, just stare at it for as long as you can and try to understand the building and how it, because this is how the buildings are, like, this is the most clear technical drawing that you can have to understand the building and how it works and how the functions are and how the light goes in and out and how the structure is. So yeah, if you get the chance to have any structural drawing for any building, just stare at it for as long as you can. Yeah, we'll just flip through the book. I like this. House, and I mean, some structure looks simple, but at the same time, we call them the impossibly simple because they look simple, but like in real life or execution wise, you have to be so masterful in your craft that you can make these beautiful, crisp, clean lines and just make it effortless. So some buildings do look like that. Another vertical section, Prada Aoyama. I think I've seen this in real life. It's actually a really beautiful building. I love the exterior also is really beautiful for this building. And it's really, yeah. I would suggest researching this building. It has a lot of beautiful exterior and interior views. Poly House, San Paulo, Parish Complex. Okay, this is really interesting. I mean, these are the openings, and there's this big gap here. So I'm assuming the light comes here and through the other ones. But why is there a big space? Huh, interesting. Maybe it's a sound insulation, I'm assuming. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know much about this building. Center for the Arts, Spain. Hybrids, I'm assuming, is a mix of the styles we're talking about. So, Villa Girasol, Italy. Yale Art and Architecture Building. Villa VPRO. Okay. I'm just staring at this, and it's like one of these structured elements that are very hard to create. But at the same time, I'm praying that this has a good function. It's pretty annoying, this angle here. We tend to avoid angles like this, but I don't know. I don't know this building that much, so I can't say much about it. Seattle Central. I've seen a documentary about this building. It's a nice building. What else? Knowlton Hall? Knowlton Hall. Why did I read the L as an I? Oh my god. Okay, I'm a genius, of course. Casa da Musica. Is this at the beach? I love it. Okay, this one is good. This one's a really nice building. I love this, how it shows like the interior of a theater. This is beautiful. Okay. I love how it just works with the auditorium. It's a really nice design. Okay, next. Better House. This one's also one of the buildings I would call the simply impossible. It looks easy, but it's really hard to create. It's also one of my favorite buildings. It's a really nice design of how like the houses, well, not houses, but like how the rooms, I would say, like stack on top of each other, and they just flawlessly works together. I don't know how did they come up with this idea, but it's genius. This is the Rolex Learning Center. Not much you can see with this building. I mean, sure. Asakusa Culture and Tourism Center, Tokyo. Melbourne School of Design. I love how you can see this part of the building from the interior. It's really nice. Really nice auditorium. Cool. Next. Oops. I clicked too soon as usual. I hope the designers of this book don't hate me for showing a lot of the book, but it's beautiful. So yeah, I think this is it. Little note, I think they show here what kind of hybrid it is, like the type of section they're talking about. And so yeah, just like look at these up here if you're wondering what type of category, I would say, not type of section it is. What else? So here's like, I think this is their work. Is it? LTL Architects? Maybe. There's a lot of beautiful, wow, this is gorgeous. Okay. So yeah, their own sections, I'm assuming. Their own styles. Interesting. Oh, okay. So this page is sections by height. So there's the pages and the buildings. Whoa, look at the expo. It's huge. What an interesting page. Okay, fair enough. Oh, and here's the meters. Okay. Interesting. These are the architects and the drawing cadres. So these are the people who are in charge of doing the sectional drawings. Great job, great job. It was really beautiful and I really love this book. So yeah, I think book Manual of Sections, actually one of the books I would recommend if you're interested in sections, but you know, for inspiration I would say. And it's also a light read because it's mostly just detailed drawings, but sometimes when you don't understand the building and you look at the section, it just becomes insanely clear to you, like how the building is and how it works. So yeah, this should be it for the video, and I guess I'll see you next time.